Happy Thanksgiving weekend and welcome to the Broadway Show. I'm Tamsen Fadal. Here's another massive show that just opened on Broadway. Two strangers carry a cake across New York. That's the title and the premise of a new Broadway musical. It's a two-person rom-com from the UK. We caught up with the stars on the carpet.
I'd heard the music, I was like, oh, this is amazing. This is so funny, this is so light and so beautiful. And then I read that script and I said, oh, this is heavy. This is layered. This is really nuanced. It is one of the smartest musical scripts I've ever read in my entire life. And so that is what hooked me. And I'm excited to be doing it because it's wild.
I'm very lucky to do it with Christiani. We, the show, are very lucky to do it with Christiani. She's brought such a nuance, just naturalism and warmth to the character. She knows what it is to be a New Yorker, and she has been an absolute paramount importance in what it means and in the writing. And I could see Kit, the way that he was on board and completely open and generous. And like, if I have something wrong, please tell me. And you don't get that a lot in writers, and that's why I love these guys so much, is because we are so open to change and to criticism that the show is now at a place where ego is not involved. This is just a love letter to New York, and it's a love letter to theatre.
We've worked really hard to try and make sure it feels authentic to New Yorkers, and we've spent a lot of time listening to our New Yorker friends and trying to make sure that works out. And to hear the jokes roll in and to hear the references land, it's been a gift.
How has this happened? It was a massive relief to see people enjoying themselves.
Yes.
Yeah, I was sort of seeing the show again through their eyes was kind of this magical experience for us.
And it was hard won. You know, New Yorkers are very critical and they demand good work. And you can't get anything past them. Like if something's wrong, if something doesn't ring true, if their city isn't represented correctly, they'll know and they'll tell you. Which is really fortunate because it gave us the opportunity when we were in Boston, when we first came here during previews, to try and elevate and enrich the piece, to try and make it ring true with people. And if we've managed to do that even for one audience member, I'm very proud.
Broadway's been turned upside down by Stranger Things, The First Shadow. It's a prequel to the hit Netflix show. I sat down with the star of Stranger Things on Broadway, Tony nominee Louis McCartney. Let's talk about the character, Henry Creel. Do you have to have seen Stranger Things to be able to understand and appreciate the show?
Well, yes and no. So we're a prequel, and it's an original story taking back the idea that Henry Creel, played by Jamie Campbell-Bower in the TV show, he is an enigmatic sociopath, psychopath who likes to kill, and he's very defined by his actions, and you want to be him, you want him to charm you. You know, he's a very confusing character. And then here, we're giving a bit of paint to that. You're saying, why is he like that? And it's Henry Creel as a good kid, and basically, you don't need to see it, one, because it's a prequel, but also because we follow a narrative structure that is very easy to understand and it's very human, and it's very Greek. You know, you'll have a Hamlet archetype, you'll have the protagonist, Henry Creel, you have the love interest, you have the mother, you have Dr. Brenner, who's this terrible, lovely antagonist played by Alex Bro. Everybody's doing a wonderful job, and it does unlock things for season 5. I know you might think I'm lying when I say that, but I'm not. There is lore in this.
I love that.
And it's a big lot of fun, and I think everybody should come see it because it's a blast.
What is it like every night? I mean, the energy that you put out there every night is immense, right? Can you talk a little bit about that process and your voice?
It is a lot of physical activity, but I love it. I did a bit of gymnastics when I was younger. I did like dancing, and I'm like double jointed in some places. So I'm lucky that my body has kind of been knowing how to move like this. But in London, it took like 6 months before I could properly do it. We had the blueprints for it. Mm-hmm. We knew what we wanted. We had this like idea that he was a young kid and then boom, monster. And once we got that, it became very two-tone, and we started to develop a language in the movement so the audience could understand what was actually happening and how that would feel, not just like, oh, he's possessed or he's going through a lot right now. And yeah, the voice was another thing that I was worried about, and it took a lot of time because we had to develop this childlike innocence in the American accent and then Vecna. And we have the program that adds bass and like violence to the voice, like the gravelly thing that makes it seem like that. But if you speak normally, you sound like a robot. So we do things where you talk like this, and you drop your voice. And then I also do like a gravelly thing, but that just like happens on stage. I can't do it
Right.
now. It'll be too loud.
I understand.
You know.
Would it be too loud?
Yeah. It's
Now you've made me curious.
'cause I'm shouting in a healthy way.
Okay.
You know. That was another thing, was doing it healthily.
How does your family feel about everything? Have they been here to see you and excited?
Yeah, they've come to England, not New York yet. They're both very busy. They loved it. The main thing my dad said, what he was proud of, was that he said I'd like taken the voice and like made it a part of the character, which is another thing I learned, that I wasn't just like doing an accent. I wasn't just like, I'm an American and I'm doing an accent. You know, it's like.
Is that how we sound?
No, but that's like, it's a gimmicky acting.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you can tell that's not my real voice.
It's a character of American.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he's putting on an accent. And then the illusion's gone and you guys are just, every time I step on stage, it's like, oh, here's the actor now. What's he going to say his lines? You know, it's not a real person going through something.
That's great.
So that's what we developed on, and he was like, I noticed that. And I was like, really? I was like, I didn't even think about it before.
That's fascinating, but that gives the emotional connection. That's why people they get entrenched into the story instead of distracted.
Yeah.
Right?
Real kid, real problems, you know?
Yeah, that's amazing. Cats, the Jellicle Ball, is coming to Broadway this spring. It's a reimagining of Andrew Lloyd Webber's classic musical Cats. The action now set in the world of queer ballroom culture. Let's send it out to Paul Wontorek.
I never thought I would get to see you play Old Deuteronomy in Cats, the Jellicle Ball. We got a subtitle now.
Yes, and the subtitle, the subdeck, has much more nuance and passion than the original title. This is not a spoiler, but there are no whiskers.
No whiskers, okay.
No fur.
Okay.
No tails.
Okay.
Just a bunch of cats.
Cats.
Yeah.
You're a cat.
I'm a cat.
You've always
You're
been
a
a cool
cat.
cat. I'm a cool
Right,
cat.
cool cat.
Yeah, we're cats.
Yes,
We're just
absolutely.
hanging out. We're cats.
Yeah.
Singing some Andrew Lloyd Webber songs. You are. And so Old Deuteronomy is the king cat.
Well, I think more specifically, Old Deuteronomy is the parent cat. He is the DNA from which all the other cats come.
Wow.
And aspire to.
Right.
Yeah.
So the original Cats without the subtitle, it was a bunch of cats telling about their lives for Old Deuteronomy, and Old Deuteronomy chose one of them to take to the Heaviside Layer.
Right.
And the whole time it was kind of a contest to find out, you know, who was going to get on the tire. It was a tire on stage.
Right.
And go to heaven, right?
Yeah.
That's sort of what we dealt with. So now we're set in the ballroom world.
Right.
Which many people know from Pose or from Paris is Burning. Those are sort of the mainstream pop culture references. We're seeing a lot of people from different worlds and cultures coming into our theater world.
Yes.
It's a very queer cast, it looks from the
Yes,
outside.
I would say that.
What is it like for you to get to work in a room like that and to get to sort of explore relationships with new kinds of performers? And what's it like for you?
I'm open to the experience and to the experiment. Because if indeed revolution or great change is on today's menu, I want to be on the avant-garde edge of the change. I don't want to be bringing up the rear. And the magic of this process is combining theater and all of its process with the discipline of ballroom. And it's going to sizzle.
You two both come from the ballroom world. You've done a lot of real ballroom choreography and staging.
We're the real thing.
Yeah, you're authentic. But what is it like sort of structuring something theatrical over a span of a couple hours under the structure of the ballroom?
It's definitely a challenge.
Yeah, but put a bunch of queens in the room and you'll get some drama. You know, you have to really think about it too. I mean, ballroom in itself is, we're always performing.
But yeah, I think it's a performance. You're gonna take the structure of the musical theater and the structure of ballroom and mesh together. Because like you have people like André De Shields in theater and Chastity and ballroom, and you put them two together, you can kind of create something new and something magical.
So when you heard about this production and sort of the idea of bringing in a lot of queer talent of color, and setting it in this world that you know very well, what was your first thought?
At first, I was like, how? You know, ballroom being a marginalized community and everything, sometimes, you know, it could teeter on appropriation, you know, versus like if you're gonna be authentic with it. And I was like, what is this? And then when I watched Cats, and I was like, I see the correlation. And especially with Grisabella, for me, like ageism in ballroom is a big thing. You know, I am an older girl in the scene. And also, I tied it with my life of, I used to be in theater, I used to be on stage. It's been years coming back to something, you know, and seeing what that reception is going to be. So for ballroom, I tied it to the older femme queens who come back, and sometimes they don't get the best reception. You know, it's a very parallel, it's very close, the Cats and ballroom.
Have you ever gone to a ball up in Harlem in the height of?
I'm 78 years of age. I've attended balls.
And Lord knows, André De Shields knows how to strike a pose. We know that. Are we going to get to see any great choreography and?
Well, yeah.
From you?
Great choreography is not the wheelhouse of old Deuteronomy.
Correct.
However, as is my wont, I'm going to represent the welderly.
The welderly?
Yeah.
No, inform me. What are the welderly?
The welderly are old people who are still kicking ass. Okay? Come on.
Thanks for sticking around. I'm Tamsen Fadal.
Always look on the bright side of life.
The search for the Holy Grail continues across North America. It's a revival of Spamalot, the 2005 Tony winner for Best Musical, based loosely on Monty Python and the Holy Grail. We got to know the stars of the national tour.
It's timeless. It's sketch comedy. That never, ever, ever won't not be funny. So, and you know, redigging it all up as well. I know it had a revival on Broadway, and we're doing that revival. It's as fresh as it would have been 20 years ago, and even predating that with the movies. I mean, it's hilarious.
Laughter is medicine. It's like a balm, seriously. And I think like right now in the world, we just gotta laugh. So I'm really, really excited.
When I was first introduced to this type of comedy, especially being a Texan, it felt like I was being initiated into some type of secret club.
There's so many different kinds of comedy in the show. It's not just one style. There's vaudeville, there's wordplay, there's physical comedy, there's like...
In one song, we do like 6 different kinds.
Right in a row!
Silliness is close to godliness, and that's something that I think this show just has written and embedded in it, that 20 years later, of course, it's going to be as funny as it was the first performance.
Whether you're sitting in the front row of the orchestra or the last row in the balcony, no matter what your ticket price was, you all come to this communal experience, and you just, whatever's going on in your life can be going great, there can be something horrible going on in your life. For those 2.5 hours, it doesn't matter. You can just enjoy yourself and be encaptured in a story. And Spamalot is just a fun, silly story that everyone should come and see.
It is so classic, and in some ways I feel like ingrained in the vocabulary of like, especially like our generation of people that grew up watching it. But like, I just think it's so unexpected. There's just so much unexpected stuff, and I just don't think anybody knows that it can really be that silly.
It's one of those shows that if you're not a Monty Python fan, if you don't know it, it's still like a Broadway musical. It's big, it's flashy, there's like something for everyone. It's a family-friendly musical.
Beyond the humor, beyond the beautiful songs, what really makes people come back to Spamalot and want to watch it over and over again is because of its heart. It truly is a love letter to Broadway. It loves the form of Broadway. It loves theater, it loves performers, and it loves showcasing those performers. So you could see Spamalot over 5 times with 5 different casts and see something different because it features the artists so beautifully. Each artist gets to put their own stamp onto these things, and that's good material.
It's Good to Be the King, The Lion King, one of Broadway's hottest tickets for nearly 3 decades now. Here's an exclusive musical performance from the Broadway.com studio.
I know that the night must end, and that the sun will rise, and that the sun will rise. I know that the clouds must clear, and that the sun will shine. I know, yes, I know, the sun will rise. Yes, I know, the clouds must clear. I know that the night must end. I know that the sun will rise, and I hear your voice deep inside.
I'm off to see the wizard.
After all these years, Wicked is still as popular as ever on Broadway, on tour, and in the cinema. And now, Wicked for Good is a box office hit at the movies. Our man Perry is on the town.
So we are backstage of the Gershwin in the stage management office with the lady herself, Sel. This is crazy. The emotion, the energy. We're about to start a show. So tell me how you came to Wicked.
So I graduated college, and my first gig, I would say, was to be an intern for Mary Beth, who is the production stage manager at Wicked. She was here when I was an intern more than 10 years ago. And I went to do many shows. I was on the road when I was 20s. I went to 42 states, I think, in America, because I did a lot of tours. Then I came back to New York City, and my lovely friends, 2 lovely stage managers, decided to leave Wicked after a pandemic. I was the luckiest person at the time that they chose me to be a part of this production, and I feel very lucky still.
So a show as massive as this, I mean, you've got flying bubbles, you've got, flying witches. You've got all sorts of things going on, and you're there, kind of running the whole rehearsal. Is that extra pressure?
Oh, yes, every day. Every day there's the extra pressure because this show is so loved by everybody. Every day I start the show and I was like, you know what? I was that girl. I really loved this show. So I feel a little pressure that I need to do a good job for the audience or the girl I was like 20 years ago. Pretty much we have a great day and then we have fun at work, yeah.
That's wonderful. I always say, it might be your 200th time doing it, but it's some audience member's first time to do it.
Exactly.
Wicked brings that magic.
Absolutely. In a day, I can get to see the audience when I walk through the house, and when I see them excited and they have playbills, their smiles, drinks in their hands. That's the good reminder. That's the reason why I'm doing this job. And I need that reminder sometimes. Yeah.
All right, I might be as much of a fangirl of Wicked as you are. Do you mind showing me around?
Oh, I don't mind it at all. I can show you the calling station where we call the show.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So this is actually where the magic happens. This is where you call it from.
Yes, this is where we call. It's fantastic. We have a view of the stage right here. We don't have to use a monitor, but we have the monitor.
So how many cues are you calling out of this thing? How many light cues are there in this show?
So we have almost 300 cues.
Almost 300 light cues, and that's not talking about the automation and all the magic.
Yes, because we would flip these switches for automation and autofly and rail. But yeah, we have 300 cues for lights.
Just remarkable. So I know how amazing and wonderful this show is to me, but I gotta ask you, I normally say, what does Broadway mean to you? But it is the 20th anniversary of Wicked. What does Wicked on Broadway mean to you?
It really means everything to me. I know a lot of people say their favorite show is Wicked, but mine is Wicked. I was listening and singing along with their original cast member, album. I was translating English to Japanese, the Wicked lyrics, just because I loved it so much. And I think if I didn't meet Wicked when I was middle school, I don't think I would be here, meaning I don't think I would have chosen this profession without Wicked.
That's all for now. I'll see you next time. I'm Tamsen Fadal, and this is The Broadway Show.